do have a letter, if you like, an email that came to me based on one of the videos I made. Portuguese Residency in 3 Steps was a vlog. It's been called by this person who sent me an email. I've been watching your vlogs from Good Morning Portugal, and this meant that good old YouTube gave me a recommendation to check out your Portuguese Residency in 3 Steps vlog. I watched this with bated breath, taking notes. That's very good of you. Thinking that it was a recent vlog and was current for March 2020. Clearly, you realize my mistake. Well, I made that about 18 months ago, I think, a year ago, possibly. My question is this. Is it still relevant to get my residency status before the end of March 2020? Can it be done? Now, to answer that first, it's not within my grasp or capability or control to tell you that it can be done. But I won't tell you it can't be done either. As far as I'm aware, you can still come to Portugal as somebody with a British passport, and the hospitality of the Portuguese government stands and is amazing. And you can go through the process. And what I think I must have said, it's a long time ago now, but in my Portuguese residency in 3 steps, it's important that you get your NIF number. It's important that you get an attestado, and then you can apply for residency. And there's a difference between residency and citizenship. Becoming a resident or getting residency status will not mean you're a Portuguese citizen. That happens another 5 years later when you can go through a process to become an actual Portuguese citizen. But I believe it's still possible to come here, and what you need to do is have an address here. You need to be living and preferably working here, or have obviously income if you're retired, that you may need to demonstrate. You don't always need to do that. And I think it is, when I've been in queues of people from all over the world, the EU people get not better treatment necessarily, but there's a better understanding, if you like. There's a better context and basis for what happens for people within the Schengen, is it region or Schengen agreement? So yes, I'm not an expert. What I'm saying is should not be used in the court of law. It's opinion. I'm a Portugal pundit. That's what I do. I give my opinions and share my experience of being here. But I would say yes, still, if it's what you want to do, still come and get an address, go to your local camera, go to your local, actually, no, yes, go to your finances office and get your NIF number, NIF, sometimes called a TIN, but a NIF number, a few digits long. And let me see, I'll just tell you how many digits from memory. I now remember mine. One is 9-digit number, which is your NIF number, which you'll need, which is like your national insurance number if you're British. Get the NIF number, get your attestado to show that you live from your local freguesia. This is like your little parish town hall. Get that, get an attestado to say, probably go with your rental agreement and be known to be someone who lives in the place where you live. And then you can take your attestado and your NIF number to the camera. Or yes, try the camera first. Don't go to SEF, the Estrangeiros Bureau. Go to your camera, the largest office, your town hall. Go from beyond the parish to the town hall with the attestado, with your NIF number, and ask for residency there. And it does vary across the country. Okay, there is no standard procedure. There probably is a standard procedure, but it gets interpreted differently around the country. I would say do it. I think it's a great opportunity. I would say do it, and I don't think it's too late. But you have to do your own thing. You have to do your own due diligence. But to answer this question specifically, yes, I think you should give it. Not you should. If you want to do that, I think there is still time to do it. We are still in this grey area, this transition period, and I think it's still possible to do. I think people are still doing it. This person is thinking of getting an Irish passport, which is an aside. I'm sure that will help though. My main reason for wanting to get residency status before the end of March is the 0% tax status. Now, I think that's going to change. This person tells me later in the email that they are retired, and I believe that pensions are going to be taxed 10% on pension income, okay, if you're retired or if you've got a pension and you live in Portugal. So check that. I still think it's a price worth paying. I think it's right to pay tax where you live. And, tax is not a small matter here. It adds up. There's a big value added tax. There's fairly big income tax, and it all adds up. And there's talk of 10% on pensions. Okay. So you may want to check that when you say your main reason for wanting to get residency status before the end of March is the 0% tax status. It's possible, I guess. You have to speak to a professional about that. Not only a local accountant, but maybe like an expat service or an immigration service, a professional one, an independent one, to get the right advice on that. I'm a UK citizen, 61 years young. I'm looking to move out soon, meaning this year if at all possible. I thoroughly recommend that. It would be a great place to retire, obviously depending on your personal needs and requirements and what you like in life. But, I'm all for it. Initially, I'll rent, but longer term, want to buy in the Coimbra, La Area regions. If you've got over 350,000, you can get a golden visa anyway. Okay, and that will cut through all of this stuff we've just talked about. But you need to spend over 350,000 when you're out of the bigger cities, or start a company or something like that. But 350,000 is the lowest golden visa limit that I'm aware of that gives you a right to reside, if you like. My immediate thoughts are, if residency is possible, to get a flight ASAP and find somewhere to rent on a budget immediately, then flip between Portugal and UK. Work is not an issue as regards time. Much appreciated. So I hope that helps. And now we're talking about Corona today. I don't know if that's, flying between, this is what a lot of people want to do. They want to fly between Portugal and UK, and not burn their bridge or their longboat. I don't know if that's going to be very possible in the coming months. Okay. But, there is talk of people staying put. I think that's a good idea. I think if you are happy where you are and you can be resourceful or resourced and stable where you are and you like where you live and you're part of the community, to do that. And the flitting between, I don't think is a very good idea at the moment. That's, again, it's a very personal opinion. Ecologically, medically, it's probably not a great thing to be doing, flying backwards and forwards, but that's your shout. So there you go. That is my answer to that question, which I hope is helpful. I see a few people that are watching this morning, and be great. Who are you? Where are you? What are you feeling about this coronavirus situation? How are you preparing yourself? Are you in Portugal? Are you thinking of coming to Portugal? How is it for you at the moment, in terms of staying healthy, staying positive, staying close to the ground, staying put?